at an event in December, and I reached out to him and I was like, I'd like to, I think it'd be really cool to interview you. And he's like, I would do it, but I just got to get permission from Al because it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So like not even 2 hours later, we got an email back from him, and he said, not only did Al say yes to the interview, he spoke really highly of you guys, and
Oh wow.
he gave his blessing. Al actually has told us that he listens to the podcast.
Nice.
Which I guess if someone did an Ethan Ullman podcast, I would listen. But I don't think we considered that when we started the podcast, that Al would be a listener of ours.
That'd be a nice nostalgic. She'd probably send you like a gold record with like it signed. They adapt your logo of the podcast to like some gold platinum record. Like you just went #1 and bumped Beyonce out of the top spot.
I would love that.
Yeah. My connection with Al, it's just really that. And just from being around guitar acts, there was like the board tour was something I did for a few years in California, where just a bunch of like guitar acts would get together, and just whether it was one year at the Ice House, one year it was like at Cal State Long Beach, and Dr. Demento did go the one at Cal State Long Beach. So I did get to meet him one time, and he's a Facebook friend. So, I mean, he technically his day could come where I should to talk to him about all that stuff. Cause I would send him my stuff. I sent my stuff to Demento, and he would play my stuff, or he'd play like an album of whatever. And he just wants to make sure, like, if as long as it fits the theme that he has for that week. But yeah, and I still get the emails that, like, I don't know if they send out like the playlists every week. I don't know if it's playlists from Dr. Demento where it's current, or if he just sends sometimes it's playlists from like the 70s. And it's like our rebroadcast. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on the email, but I'm in there's like an official Facebook group, and he posts the, the weekly, because he's still doing the show.
Okay.
He posts the weekly show, and then I think sometimes they post like a retro playlist as well. Because if you subscribe on his website, you get access to the archive. So I think as they upload new ones, you get notified. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I'm down for finding some more Demento. Okay. So it's Dave and Ethan's 2000-inch Weird Al podcast.
Yes.
That is a thing. Is there a website for it, or people should just search it wherever?
Yeah. I mean, we set up 2000inch.com.
Oh, nice.
We also set up weirdalpodcast.com. So,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Everywhere on social media, though, we are just at 2000inch. And surprisingly, that wasn't taken. I don't know how surprising to me. I don't know how surprising to a non-Weird Al super fan, but 2000inch seems like a pretty nice one to snag.
Is prime real estate.
Yeah.
As an Ethan, do you get called Evan sometimes?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, Evan. You get Ethan sometimes?
Yeah, I saw, and Eric. My brother-in-law's Eric, so that makes it even worse sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Do you know Jim Florentine?
I know who he is. I know that. Yeah, I know of him.
I've been a fan of him for a very long time, and ever since I was like 13, I've gone to every show he does through this area. So he knows me. He's, it's like if you go to enough shows, they start to know who you are.
Right.
And a few years ago, I asked him for an autograph, and he signed to Evan. And,
nice. Do you get Ethan misspelled a lot, or is it pretty much not?
People want to say EA, THAN. Although grammatically, when you think, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But that's what I get.
Okay.
Evan a lot. Sometimes Ian. Yeah, it's weird. But then like the nicknames will be like Ethan Allen. Like people think they're clever. I get that. Yeah, I get that sometimes. But my parents, they claimed that they went with Ethan because it doesn't rhyme with anything, so there's no real like schoolhouse insults for Ethan.
Yeah.
So the some kid tried once, and he's like, Ethan, Easter Bunny. I was like, okay, man, that's just embarrassing, dude.
I think my dad wanted me to be an Edward, and I think my mom vetoed it and said Evan. So it was going to be an E regardless. Yeah, it was going to be an E after a relative.
Do you get called E a lot? Like, yo, E.
E dubs. I don't know if
E
E-dubs
Dubs.
because it's W is my last name.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
they say
that's good.
E-dubs.
No, E
That's a
Dubs is good. That's
that
a good name.
that's a good one. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's good. I don't know. I mean, I like it. I don't know if I'm in the hip nickname 40 and over crowd. I mean, sure, I'll take it.
But do you ever get flack, or when you were a kid, did you get flack for having the initials U?
No, it never came up. I mean, it's just like it's an E and then you just turn it sideways and then you have a W. It's really easy to initial. I mean, if you need to initial stuff, I don't know, EW
Right.
is an easy way to initial
Well, what's your
things.
middle initial?
L. So Lee.
ELW.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing special
Yeah,
there.
because when I have like a, I of course have like a signature for my name, but
Yeah.
then I my middle name is W, so I do the EW when I do my full initials.
EWU.
U, yeah.
Oh,
So it just
EW.
ends up being
Oh,
like
Eastern
E.
Washington University. There you go.
Dude, I just learned about that a few years ago, and I
Yeah.
bought every bit of merch that they had. So now I have like EWU, my initials, my hat. I have shirts. I even included it in the my online order. I was like, hey, if you guys have any old stickers or anything, these are my initials. I'm so excited, and they
Yeah.
sent me like 20 decals. So now my car has EWU on the side.
Nice.
People
No,
are like, what is that?
No, I did a gig there. I did gig once in
Really?
EWU. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
a Greek thing. And that was maybe again like 10 years ago. Who knows? But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I antagonized the women in the audience. And it was for a good gimmick. And yeah, but it was a good, it's out east, obviously Eastern Washington, and I guess I flew into Spokane as my guess, and then just head out that way. So EW, it seems like a decent school, when it opens again or whatever it does. And
I want to visit it just
yeah,
because it has my same
I
initials.
would be like, I know this. If I ever can get a gig, I'd be like, I know this guy. He has your initials. Let's make it happen.
Have them fly me out. I can open for you.
Yes,
And...
do it all over. We'll even fly out some audience members from RPI and just like bring them back.
Yes,
Audience reunion
tour.
Yeah. So
has anyone ever done that, an audience reunion?
I feel like we would need like a prime event to do that. That'd be a very obscure event, like RPI in a lecture hall in 2009.
I mean, if I was part of an audience and someone like the performer got in touch with me, they're like, we're doing a reunion show. Everyone, the same audience, we're going to do all the same jokes. I would go. It's such a good story.
I feel like it'd be better if it was like maybe for a band. I think that'd be probably more nostalgic. I think with an audience, who knows what unwoke stuff would not fly that was less woke from earlier.
Have you had to cut songs or change lyrics with the wokeness?
Well, I'll be blunt with you guys. I have there's these new songs I would love to release that I feel they're amazing, and they definitely push buttons. But my stuff is so interactive where I can't do virtual. I can't just play my 4-minute song and just freaking here, laugh at this part. I'm like, no, I need a person on stage next to me as my internet boy, just like Quentin was at RPI. And then I need you guys to yell out suggestions, which I guess you could chat to me for my Mad Libs of whatever I do.
Right.
But no, I mean, I had in 2005, I wrote a song called I Want to Be Black, and I love it. And I've been doing like Facebook Lives, and I've been playing it. And then I wrote another song that I haven't played out. I played it in front of an audience one time, and I could see them just like tense up right when I said it, because the intro of the song is about how I'm just like awkward and annoying. Call me any names, but don't call me racist because I have one black friend. And that's whether I have it or not. I did it two times. I did it at a college. I did do it at college in Halloween. And I thought it was funny. And I got a black person to come up on stage with me, and we did the rest of the song, and it was funny. And he's like, you're an idiot. But I'm like, it's fine. And I've run lyrics by like my black friends, like, can I get away with this? Should I mention it's very prophetic, because I had like something about police brutality that I'm going to take out and change to like reparations. But that's me not giving a frick about it. And I have like a thing about wanting to have like a gender neutral baby. And I just think that's, my wife and I want to have a kid, and we're going to make it a joke that's like, it's going to be a gender neutral baby. That's all. I support the community. I support all gender neutral babies and parents and whatever you want to do. But, but yeah, I mean, it's testy. I wouldn't bring that to a college per se. I would have to, You know,
No.
yeah.
I mean,
Unless
wasn't
they
it
tell
Chris
me do
Rock?
whatever you want. If they're like do whatever you want,
I've done
I'm
so many shows where they say, do what you want. I do what I want. And then they're like, you shouldn't have done that.
I would,
Oh,
I don't think I would do the One Black Friend song. I don't know if I'd even release it, or even play it live, but it's like my little jewel.
or
Like you
think
have,
it.
you have these like little jewels that maybe you're two of your unwoke jewels that you would not play anymore from yesteryear. And I have like old songs I've pulled down from the internet just because I'm not gonna even tell you what the name of the song was. But when you're starting out as a comedian, it's a great luxury to be able to just throw these ridiculous concepts that are inappropriate to an audience. But now, when people have a phone and can cancel you or pull something out of the past, it's like,
Well, I mean,
on.
the problem is people, I mean, I haven't heard your One Black Friend song, but I assume you're making fun of
It's
people
very
who,
gentle. It's a very gentle
yeah,
ballad.
but you're making fun of people who are like,
You
I can
say
be
that.
racist because I have a black friend.
Totally.
You're not saying you can be racist because you're black. You're making fun of it. So
Yeah.
it's satire. And I don't think some of the woke people
Yeah.
understand satire or give stuff a chance to understand that it is satire.
Right. Right. I mean,
So
we're just coming off
that's the
of,
problem. It's like, I'm joking, but it's like, we don't care. So
right.
that's
It,
the a weird fine line
right. We're just
for
dealing with that right
sure.
now with like Trader Joe's. Like, we don't like food with Trader Jose on them. That's racist. I'm like, Trader Joe's is like, it's not. So,
I hadn't heard that.
oh, really? No, Trader Joe's, they're like, all this petition happened where it's like, we don't like Trader
Whoa.
Jose or Trader Giotto or Trader
What?
Ming. And we think these are, and Trader Joe's was like, okay, we're going to discontinue all that racial branding because it's culturally insensitive. But of course, customers are like, no, it's not. And then Trader Joe's is like, we've decided it's not racially insensitive and it's just celebrating our culture with good marketing. So, it's just,
Jeez.
I just think I have to write, you got to write without a buffer. But when it comes time to like perform it for an audience, they might just be your own little jewels, your own little treasure chest. But yeah, and I'll even show you this. I've been like designing shirts on the side, just like through
Oh,
Teespring.
cool.
So I made like one of these like woke, like I stand with Jose and Giotto. I stand with these fictional racial characters who are being persecuted for being a different race.
That's awesome.
It's more racist than actually, yes, it's more racist to cancel them than to look at. Anyway. No. So we'll see where we go from here.
Yeah.
I hope there's like
it's almost,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's almost at the point where people are just like looking for stuff to cancel. Like, oh, this could be offensive. Black marker.
Right. Did you ever see the documentary Can We Still Take a Joke? It was like with
No.
Gilbert Godfrey and Lisa Lampanelli. It's on Amazon Prime. I saw it on Amazon Prime. It's like,
okay.
It's about that. It's about like, the colleges being so like strict now, and then like people are heckling audience members, like, and it's tough because you have like student comedians at college that are there to like foster their creativity. And if they say, even if they're not funny, I mean, still like let them get their feet wet. And if they got to say like, all women major in like something stupid, or like this major's dumb, or what, let them just, you got to take your bumps. You're not letting anyone take their bumps. But that's something you should check out. There's Can We Still Take a Joke? And then there's another documentary called No Safe Spaces, which is the same type of thing. I just hope there's like a big, like kind of like reflex back reactionary, like, you know what, everything's going to go again. Just let it all. You're just going to eliminate language. You just let it all just fly open again. And then there'll be such relief, I think. Because if you, like Lisa Lampanelli talks about how, I have people in wheelchairs writing me like, what the heck? Why can't you make fun of me? so it's like, I want to be made fun. So,
right.
It's a community. It's a community. You don't want to ruin the community. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know if this has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But I recently did a show where a local college bought like 80 tickets. So the show was like primarily college kids.
Yeah.
They bust them all into the show.
Yeah.
We had no idea. We're just doing our regular monthly show.
Right.
And I don't know if this is just a generational thing, but like all of them are on cell phones. They're not paying
Oh
attention. They're
God.
texting. And it's almost, and I'm only 30. I'm not
Yeah.
like, old grandpa here
Oh, me, I'm older than
complaining
them.
about stuff. But I wonder if it's just like, if you're not fully paying attention to a show, maybe you're going to be more offended if you hear one thing like, oh, I heard one black friend, I'm
Yeah,
offended, but
yeah.
you weren't paying attention. You don't know what,
Right.
the previous 15 minutes were setting it up.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll do like high school. I was weird. I usually do like 7 high school gigs at the end of the year for graduations, and
Mm.
I had one. Luckily, I had only one scheduled this year because that mean only one was canceled. This one pushed me now to 2021. But I'll spread my wings again. But sometimes these kids usually they don't have their phones. But I mean, yeah, they're so used to now like just watching crap on YouTube that it's like this is the live genuine experience
Right.
that you
I
can't
mean,
get
but
anywhere else.
I don't know about you, but unless it's a show I really care about, when I'm
Yeah,
watching TV, I've got my phone in my hand and I'm looking at
totally,
Instagram or Reddit or something, and
totally.
I get it. It's like if
Yeah,
you're gonna be at a comedy show, you want to kind of multitask. You can be a little antisocial, and
yeah,
I feel like everyone's moving towards this antisocial
right.
ish behavior, and I don't think the pandemic's helping at all.
No,
But I get it. Like if I'm at my own show, I'm a producer, so I can sit in the back. I'm a comic. I can sit in the back and be on my phone. But
yeah.
if you're paying to be there, you better be paying attention to the show. you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But I get it. I mean,
yeah.
like, I sometimes I just want to be on my phone.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
addictive.
No, totally. And gotta see the likes and I gotta see the comments. I gotta
Right.
see who I'm gonna unfriend. So
Right.
yeah, because sometimes you just post something and see like, I wonder what kind of gnats I can, but
So,
cool. Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I was just going to ask you. You said unfriending because of this show. Do you feel like you can't unfriend people because you're losing potential guests?
What show?
The
Oh,
show
because
we're doing, the
no, I don't. You
podcast.
know what? If I've been your Facebook friend for 11 years, and if I do like say like one stupid political post without even being political, it's about politics, and the only thing I get from you in 10 years is just you commenting something that's not contributing to or showing
Right.
any like warmth. I mean, I'm like, I don't care where you're from. I don't care how we knew each other. If this is all we are, we should
Out.
just be friends in real life and not be friends on Facebook. Because
Yeah.
I'm already like deleting enough requests. So I'm just gonna like I'll let others in. I'm never gonna run out. Before you, I interviewed like the VP nominee for the Libertarian Party, and the guy
Wow.
like right before I interviewed him, I'm like, technically you're not my Facebook friend, but we'll still do this. And then he's like, okay, I'll confirm you. I'm like, oh, good. So, but yeah, I don't mind losing. It's like an evolution. You're never gonna, you're always growing. Like it's like in college. Your freshman year friends may be different than your senior year
Totally.
friends, and yeah. So
And I mean, I'll see like a post by someone and I
yeah,
have no idea who they are. And
yeah,
it's like sometimes you meet someone in college and you're like, oh, we're at this thing together, let's be friends. But
yeah.
then they get married and their name changes, and it's like, I
Right.
don't know who the heck this person is, and I don't even have that reminder of their last name. Yeah, so I haven't been unfriending people, but like
No, I've
literally
been.
just this
Yeah.
week I started unfollowing people. Have you done
Right.
that?
Yeah, I've unfollowed a lot more. I've seen it's not like it wasn't like a one strike and you're out thing. It was just kind of like, all right, this is like the third time. This is the same pattern of behavior. Will have to end. And there's people I say, and I even told people, you know what, unfollow me if I'm not your cup of tea. So, I mean, there's someone I snoozed that we've agreed to. He's agreed to unfollow me. I'm like, fine, we're good friends. Unfollow me. I now see his stuff again. I'll like it again. But you just want to be responsible on social media, and you just kind of roll with it. And it's not. I don't try to unfriend people. It's more like I'll try to unfollow or just hide stuff for the time being, or just kind of like I'll wait, I'll snooze you 3 times until after the election, and then I'll welcome you back. But sometimes it's like if this is, I can tell with foreshadowing, this is we're never going to be going to Menchie's together and having frozen yogurt. I just feel like that won't happen. So
Yeah, I feel like, when I was younger, and maybe this is how we even first connected. When I first got into comedy,
Yeah.
And Facebook was kind of, MySpace had just gone away, and the whole thing with
Sure.
MySpace is you wanted as many friends as possible. So
Yeah.
I remember adding as many comedians as possible just to
Sure.
build up my network. And now it's like, I don't know who the hell these people are. I don't remember where I found them. So I've
Right.
just been I don't want to unfriend anyone, because it's still good to have that connection.
Yeah.
Potentially doing a show or have someone
Yeah.
come to town and they need a spot. But it's like, I don't know who they are. I don't need
Yeah.
to see their updates. I don't need to see what memes they're sharing. So
Yeah.
I've literally unfollowed like 500 people in the last
No way.
couple days.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know who you are. If
Well,
I saw their name and I don't know who they are, they get unfollowed.
Yeah,
like
when I was building my Facebook in like 0405, I was like, my college, Tufts, was one of the few colleges that could have Facebook in the very beginning.
Oh, okay, wow.
Because it was like Harvard and Tufts and some other hoity-toity colleges, and so, which I loved it. I love Tufts, and it's not hoity-toity. It's very nice. But I was just like, I wanted shows at Tufts, so I would just like add a bunch of people like class of 08s and 07s. And now I have on my friend list, like all like 200 08s and 07s. That's the only way. And they're like, a few random people like will like stuff that I don't like, and that's fine. I'll let them stick around. But I'm eventually trying to interview these random people, and that's why I have the podcast too. These random Tufts people that I've been adding in 04 because they were going to graduate or maybe bring me in for a show while they were still in college.
That's
in 06. And a few of them I've unfriended just because like, whatever, I'll clean it out a little bit, but I'm still pretty clogged with friends, and it's fine, and we'll roll with it. It's a lot of episodes.
Here's the question.
Yes.
Once someone has been on the podcast, are they now unfriendable?
No, I hold them on. I hold on to them. They're safe.
If you don't know who the hell they are, but they do a podcast interview with you, they're safe.
They're safe. They're safe because they were willing.
Amazing.
I've had someone that just added me randomly, some random girl, that because she was a new comic, she's like friending other comics. And I'm like, who are you? Okay. Do you want to be on my podcast? And she's like, when? I'm like, oh, right now. So we just had a podcast for like half an hour, and she told me about her comedy and her art that she does. And, now she's married, and I promoted her getting married, and like, so yeah, it's cool. Cause it's like, it's a stamp of a connection. And, it's good to just connect and reconnect as we now know. And, and we'll see. I could always say you come back, but you would have to bring a new Facebook friend of mine with you. So sometimes I would get a repeat. I would get a repeat. You could come back on, but there must be a new Facebook friend for a future episode.
Interesting.
Unless if it's just like, say there's like just some random person that's not on Facebook and she's banned or whatever it is, I would have to still have some other shorter interview with a Facebook friend to continue the streak. So it's like saying if it's like if I were to interview Nancy Pelosi, she's not my Facebook friend, but I'm going to interview my friend Barbara. So I'll talk to her for 5 minutes, and then I'll talk to Nancy Pelosi to make it a valid episode. So.
I love. Do your listeners care as much about the rules as you do?
No, only I care. I have a lot. I don't know if anyone else has. It's like, do you have like rules in your life that only you give yourself a hard time about?
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
oh, totally.
Like no one else gives a shit. I would give a shit. It's like I have 2 books about this like radio talk show host, Mike Francesa, and like no, he doesn't give a crap that I wrote 2 books about him. I'm like, I have to get his permission. After harassing him a little bit, I got his like, I don't care answer. I'm like, good, that's permission. So
I didn't know you wrote a book about 2 books about Mike Francesa.
Oh, let me show you. I'll pull him off the shelf. What's that? Yeah.
You can't hear me probably.
Yeah. So yeah.
He was with Mad Dog, right?
Yeah, and he just left. Like he retired a few times, and now he just like stopped doing regular shows on the Fan. So maybe he'll be a guest once in a while. So first,
so he's a guest on your show.
No, I was like, he would be a guest on like
mean.
Another FAN show or that's what we'll do from now on. But like he joined Twitter when he never said he would. So when he was first on Twitter, that like excited me so much that I would write stupid replies to him on Twitter, and it's playing off of like common dumb callers that have called in and inside jokes. And so I basically just screenshotted all my tweets about him to him and just made a book compilation of just like my stupid tweets. And it's hard to, it's just like a Mr. Rogers tweet underneath, a GIF underneath my freaking tweet about Jason Giambi or whatever the heck it is. But then to be more aesthetic and cultured, I took his transcripts, and this is why I really needed his permission. I took transcripts from his most famous calls and I converted them into theatrical scenes. So that way, if someone can be Mike and then someone can be Ryan in Eastchester, that can happen. And then they can talk about if Mickey Mantle ever won the Triple Crown, or if you think the San Francisco Giants and the New York Giants ever hang out because they're both Giants.
This is hilarious.
So it's good. I'll send you the dumb stuff one for free. I mean, I'll make it free for Kindle or something. I'll have like a free.
Yeah, I want to see.
I'll let you know. So it's just stupid things I do. Because the thing is, I know he doesn't want to write a book, but he's going to end up writing a book. And when he starts to write his book and he puts his book out, everyone's going to find my books about him.
When they start searching.
And they're going to he's going to hate me so much that we should just have a joint book signing.
So are you a fan of him, or do you just like messing with him?
No, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan because
Okay.
he reminds me of my dad. In the first book, I wrote a whole chapter on his Mike Frances and my dad. So that was like the closing remarks. But
have you met him or spoken to him?
I wrote a song about him, and I played it in front of him on the radio in Jersey.
Wow.
On the Jersey Shore, I played this. It was amazing. One of the best days of my career.
Wow. How cool.
It was awesome. Yeah. But I could send you that stuff. But
are you Facebook friends with him?
What?
Are you Facebook friends with him?
No, he doesn't even follow me on Twitter. He only followed people like someone from CNBC about stocks or Phil Mickelson. That's who Mike Francesa follows. But that's perfectly okay. If I need to harass him,
you need to write a book about who he follows.
If I need to harass him, I have his email, but I'll leave him alone. He's a bit, cool. Well, I'll let you go, man. It's late where you are.
This is so much fun. Yeah, it is late.
Yeah. But we will pump this out. I will tag all the random characters we have referenced. And I'll let you know when this is ready to go. And we'll definitely have people check out your 2000-inch Weird Al podcast.
Yes, Dave and Ethan's 2000-inch Weird Al podcast, 2000inch.com or weirdalpodcast.com.
Oh, that's very good.